think I told both times. I think I both times make sure that in the end of the match their families are crying, not ours.
Tactically, what you've got to do is your individual battles now, individual elements of your game you've got to concentrate on. All of what we just saw there.
So the players on their way for the 69th final of a competition that began in 1955 and has been dominated by Real. Have made a mockery of the odds all season. Madrid favourites against Kylian Mbappe in the semis. He's got Vinicius Junior to deal with tonight. Jadon Sancho's back in London. Nacho, who might just be playing his last game tonight. The front three picks itself after scoring 63 goals this season, but there is a rumour among the Spanish press that Vinicius... And there's Jadon Sancho back in London and a potential match winner. So the 2024 Champions League final underway at Wembley Stadium in the final for the 5th time, and thankfully back underway and hopefully without any more intruders. First free kick there goes Real Madrid. Sancho, Ryerson, and behind off Mendy.
Yeah, lovely little link-up play
from club football after this game, and then represent Germany in the summer. He's been such a good player for Bayern Munich and for Real Madrid, and he doesn't want to leave here on the losing side by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, he's been brilliant, quite brilliant, Fletch.
Just side by Valverde, and Carvajal, the right back, quickly up there to join in. Valverde shoots and lifts it over the bar, but they combine very well down that side, don't they? Dani Carvajal, who's always looking to get forward and join in with Valverde.
Yeah, it's good. Valverde started off the wide. The full-back does get isolated in a 1v1 against a fast winger. The centre-back on that side comes over to give him a little bit of cover. You saw it there with Mats Hummels, giving his full-back a little bit of cover. It works both ways, of course.
The referee showing a German side have slightly shaded the possession. Fulcrum. Nice touch. Played back now to Brandt, coming in! First big chance of the night, and it falls to Borussia Dortmund and to the German international Julian Brandt.
The chance, look at the touch from Füllkrug as well. He makes a run. He's onside, it looks like he's just onside of Rudiger. Nice.
Valverde. Vinicius Junior.
Again, second time, there's just a little bit of joy down that right-hand side with a switch of play.
Step over by Vinicius Junior, but Sabitzer read it well. And the free kick, though, is going to be given here to Real Madrid for that little lunching challenge on Bellingham. While they sort this out, let's just bring in Rio Ferdinand, who's part of the team. And here's Adeyemi getting in behind, and this is a glorious chance, and he's around Courtois. The angle against him, and Carvajal got over.
Fletch, he's got to go the other way. His whole momentum's taking him to the goalkeeper's left, and for some reason he doesn't go that way. Curves his run beautifully, by the way, well onside. Just take it with your right foot. I mean, the touch is really, really heavy and he runs out of angle. But for me, he's got to go the other way and knock it into an empty goal. He's right.
And it goes from Matson. Courtois didn't get there, and then he does do at the second time of asking.
Listen, Dan, I'm critical.
Now Sancho. Sabitzer's carried on running, angles against him, pulls it back, coming in, Adeyemi, down he goes. Referee not interested. Matson's won it back again. Fulkrug hits the post, and again, and nobody there to put it in. Ferland Mendy, but that goal of Real Madrid is suddenly living a very charmed life.
That's remarkable, it really is. He's so unlucky, Füllkrug, Fletch, because he hits it early. Courtois comes out, but it's by him. His momentum means he's coming out, but the ball's by him before he can react. And he's just blind. 17 finals, 14 wins, 3 defeats. That's wonderful from Vinicius Junior. The early ball in as well towards Bellingham. And vital defending in there by Schlotterbeck, which epitomises the way that he's played throughout the... Vinicius Junior, but Schlotterbeck did really well. We're away again.
Dortmund flowing, Adeyemi running, Rudiger trying to catch him. Adeyemi in! Courtois save, Fulkrug! Couldn't quite get there.
There's the ball there. Between the full-back and the centre-back. I thought the touch was just a little bit wide, and it was. But it ends up an even better save because it's all about the power he gets in the left hand. If he doesn't get that power...
And it's Jadon Sancho. Now Julian Brandt. Adeyemi's gone over, but I think Mendy was using his body to good effect there. He was just too strong and clever for him.
Oh, it was better than that, I'll tell you right now. And it was 6 against 3 at one point. Uses his body extremely well. Top class.
Wow.
I don't think there's any doubt they started the better of the two. And by far and away had the better clear-cut chances.
Down goes Adeyemi. Fede Valverde's challenge right in front of Edin Terzic. Chen finds Brandt in the pocket. And Sancho is the intended target. Ryerson quickly up there from right back and trying to find a way in.
It's a lovely take in the half-turn there from Julian Brandt, it really was.
Ryerson's kept it alive, and then the whistle goes for the foul. The free kick here to Real Madrid for the foul on Mendy.
I'll tell you what, they look a lot more dangerous. It's not even close at this moment in time. They look really, really dangerous.
Could be a first tonight. Oh, wow, what's happened there?
Well, he's let it run across him, hasn't he? He took a little bit of a chance.
His challenge. He's got the card out, yellow, and a lot of pain, I think, down there for Kerbal. He's caught him right on the shin, as you can.
That can change, though.
The pocket now for Sancho. Ryerson's continued his run, and that's cleared out of play by Camavinga. Of course, knows what the summer holds for him. Just a throw-in. No foul, I don't think.
I don't think it's a foul. I genuinely don't think it's a...
Sabitzer. Good position. Has the shot. Courtois saves it. They'll get the corner. It's another chance, though, generated by Dortmund. And Courtois has far and away been the busier goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a save he should make, but it's a good one. And what he does well, he just pushes it away. It was excellent skill on the right-hand side, wasn't it, from Sancho?
Matson takes on Bellingham, and they'll get a corner from the other side.
Between these two teams in this Champions League final, Adeyemi full crook, though, causing Real Madrid all sorts of problems in that first half. But we do know that Real Madrid know exactly how to tip a game on its head in a matter of moments. If you are that man...
You would indicate that. And I think the next 10-15 minutes of this...
So nice hit the ball inside to Ryerson, and that's going to bring the first corner of the second half. They just look, you can see the smoke hanging over the stadium. That's because of the pyrotechnics that were lit by the Dortmund fans when the teams came out for the second half. And Madrid have been given the free kick here for the foul by Hummels on Vinicius Junior. And he whips it in, and that's the first save tonight from Kerbal. Got so much pace on that, Toni Kroos. He really is the master from a dead ball situation like that.
Well, we're all expecting.
Here's the shot that's gone over the bar, but it did take a deflection, and it's going to bring a corner. You do wonder, the more they get of these, that at some stage you'd expect Hummels to be a factor, Ali.
Yeah, you would think.
Camavinga, Carvajal collided with Adeyemi, and then Champ was nice and firm. Toni Kroos. Dani Carvajal still down, and they'll have to stop it.
Well, I think he get blocked, didn't he? Just blocks him.
Knowing that they've got decisive players.
And he goes from Vinicius Junior. Rodrigo is climbing Carvajal's shot, and Matson got a piece of that before Kerbal dived on it.
I think the wee man Adeyemi's ball watching a little bit. He is. Well and truly.
Carvajal to Adeyemi, 1v1 for now against Carvajal. It's not a bad ball, good header. So much power, Fulkrug charging in and beaten away by Courtois.
Yeah, brilliant. Great switch of play, great delivery, very, very good header. I'm just wondering, could he come across the goalkeeper?
Vinicius Junior's ball, Bellingham running in, flashes wide. I don't think he got a touch. If he did, it was a faint one. agonisingly close to the first goal tonight for Real Madrid.
I wonder if he just sees the goalkeeper at the corner of his right eye. It's a lovely ball in, and he made the run that we spoke about. Terrific run. Can't see it from that angle.
And for the final time, the yellow wall can cheer Marco Reus. Corner taken by Kroos and flicked on by Carvajal. And Real Madrid lead the Champions League final. And a man born in Madrid, who's won the competition with them 5 times before, flicks the header into the back of the Dortmund net to give them the lead with 17 minutes to go. And Real Madrid lead the Champions League final.
Well, it's a 90%.
Now he can add to his resume, scoring a vital goal, Champions League final. And here's Camavinga keeping the ball in play. And Bellingham with a chance, and Bellingham puts it wide. And that might just have been the moment that they could start engraving on number 15.
Listen, Fletcher, I might be wrong. I don't think it's a great touch. We'll look at it again. That's brilliant. Do you know, I think the touch...
That's a free kick. Hummels, the offender.
It's an interesting one, Fletcher. This is actually, I know it sounds crazy, but this is actually suiting Real Madrid now because Dortmund have opened.
Toni Kroos! Saved by Koval. That would have been the perfect way to say goodbye.
Yeah. I think it might have been one for the cameras. Good effort.
Bellingham. Camavinga with the shot. Oh, tipped over the bar by Koval. He's never scored in the Champions League, Camavinga. And when that left his foot, he must... Given away by Maatsen. Bellingham. Here's Vinicius Junior. Great chance. 2-0. And the young man who was raised in the favelas of Rio de Janeiro scores for the second time in a Champions League final in the white of Real Madrid. And number 15 is surely theirs now. And Vinicius Junior, the man for the big occasion, a man who might just win himself a Ballon d'Or this season, with a goal to give them daylight and maybe shatter. There's Donyell Malen. So the back ball, it's a goal back, and maybe they're still in it.
Offside, flag's up.
The flag is up. Fulkrug celebrates. They'll take a look at it. Dortmund supporters will hold their breath and hope that the automated offside lands in their favour. So there's going to be a lot of emotion out there tonight for certain individuals. Nacho's header away, and then the foul by Fulkrug on Camavinga. Trading behind Ryerson, Modric couldn't get there, Sabitzer can. And Carvajal with all the composure and time just to flick it back to his goalkeeper.
Just takes the sting out of it, doesn't he? Great header.
What did they say, Ali? Act like you've been there before.
Yeah, absolutely. He's second best.
Marco Reus over the free kick, only seconds to go in stoppage time. It was Militao. Maatsen. Courtois there, and that should do it with a consoling word to Edin Terzic. And Jude Bellingham seconds away from starting the celebrations. There's the full-time whistle, and the Kings have regained their crown. It's another Champions League coronation for Spain's royal club. Real Madrid Champions League winners for the 6th time in 11 years, and the 15th time overall.
Sometimes we may have to win this game a different way, and this team are capable of doing that.
The brutal nature of a winning manager like Carlo Ancelotti, and like he's saying, like Jose's saying, not